Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. I was an affair baby. My dad was 42 and married with a 20 years/0 son and a 17 years/0 daughter, and my mom was 21 when I was born. My dad divorced his then wife and married my mom. But he kept in close contact with his children, but they never wanted to meet me. I didn't know about the affair or my dad's other family until I was 17. I always felt lonely being the only child, and knowing I had some half-siblings out there gave me some hope. So I messaged them on Facebook and told them I wanted to meet them and have a relationship with them, but understood if they didn't. They didn't reply at the time. This was 4 years ago. 6 months ago I received a Facebook message from my half-sister telling me they wanted to meet. I was thrilled. We met and we have been forming a sibling bond. Problem is, most of my half-siblings' family is upset we're connecting. But especially their mother. She feels somehow betrayed and sees me as the reason her marriage and family are broken. A week ago was my half-brother's birthday party and I was invited. This is the first birthday I got to celebrate with one of my half-siblings. Their mother was also there. She didn't talk the whole evening and left early. After she left, my sil called me aside and told me I was disrupting my half-siblings' family life by showing up. I was putting them in half spots where they have to choose a side. Same with the rest of the family. And that most of the family sided with my half-siblings' mom. So if I really cared about my half-siblings, I would step back. I don't know how to handle this. I do want to be in my half-siblings' life, but I don't know if I'm doing this right. Can someone please give me some advice on how to do this in a less painful and hurtful way to everybody? Edit, my sil is my half-brother's wife. Leave it up to your half-siblings. If they want a relationship with you, awesome. If they don't, then you are better off without, regardless of the reason. Yes, and tell your half-brother what his wife told you. She absolutely went behind his back on that one, and he didn't know she said that. Because if he'd felt the same way she did, he wouldn't have invited you to his party. Let them handle their family. It's not your family, so you don't have any responsibility towards them. Carrot this exactly. I have 4 half-siblings. 2 of whom are from my dad's second family. I would absolutely want to know if my partner ever said anything to them about the situation without me there. And I would never ever leave something like that up to anyone but me to decide. If choose to invite them to an event at my home at TBC, I want them there, end of story. Wouldn't that just cause extra shit? Sounds to me she should be cool, would give her a better chance of enamoring herself to them than if she starts stirring trouble. She could ask without mentioning the wife too. He should know that some family members came up to her or that she felt the mother was uneasy. Your half-sister is 34 years old. Assuming I did the math right, I think she gets to choose if she wants a relationship with you, and it certainly isn't your sister-in-law's decision. Discuss it with your half-sister. She's a big girl, and she can make her own decisions. And your half-brother. Find out if Sil is making his affairs without his knowledge or if he actually feels this way. I think Up's problem is more to do with the fact that people don't want her there, and she assumed differently just because she was invited by her sister. It's not your fault your dad had an affair. And while it's understandable that the mom probably feels hurt seeing you being reminded of the affair, you're not the one that hurt her, you're just a pawn. Assuming you're all adults now, your half-siblings get to choose if they want to have a relationship with you or not. Being friends with you doesn't mean they're betraying their mom, so she may still be hurt, because you aren't the one who hurt her, your dad did. Your sil was butting in and it isn't her place. Update, I was an affair baby. I talked to my siblings. It was my brother who told me we needed to talk. Apparently after the birthday party one of his daughters approached him and asked why they needed to be nice with me when I was the reason their grandparents' marriage broke. My brother was shocked because neither my sister or him told their kids any of this. They weren't aware of the circumstances of my birth. My brother asked who told them that, and she told him it was her mom and grandma. My brother is very angry at my sil and his mom. He already talked to them and his wife told him she disapproved of me. She saw it as betrayal to her mill and doesn't understand why my siblings would want to be around the representation of their family falling apart. Plus to her this is as if my brother is enabling cheating and somehow becomes him in a pro-cheating. Their moms on the other hand told him that at first when my siblings informed her their desire to meet me she thought she would be okay with it, but after seeing me she realized she hated me more than she thought. She told him she was well aware of my dad cheating on her but thought he would never leave her. She just thought eventually my dad would get bored of my mom and that would be the end of it. Turns out my mom got pregnant and my dad asked for a divorce. Hence the reason she saw me as the reason her marriage broke. That explains why she wasn't uncomfortable being around my dad in family gatherings and even was nice to him. All this time she hoped that by showing my dad how generous and good a person she was, my dad would leave my mom and I, and return begging forgiveness. Anyway, my siblings told me any of this wasn't my fault and they actually like me and want me in their life. I'm already 21 and they already feel they have lost a lot of time. So they told me not to worry because they will handle this. They suggested therapy to their mom, and because this is really ducked up and my brother needs to work things out with his own wife. I guess it is good enough. Thanks for the update. I'm glad your brother and sister have your back. Your original post had me a little worried because I read it as your stepsister inviting you to the party without asking the bro. Hopefully everything can continue to improve. He should tell his wife that you are not a thing that resulted from an affair. You are a person that should be judged on your own actions. You never cheated on anyone. This is the one lesson from my mom's affairs that took me years to learn, and I wasn't even an affair baby. I should not carry my mother's shame. Literally. Why does it matter so much to the wife anyway? Petty individual. Anyway, I'm glad your siblings still want a relationship with you. None of this is your fault. You didn't cheat or hurt any of them with your actions. She thinks the husband will turn out like his pedo cheating dad and she thinks they condone cheating. A predator, yes. A pedo? That's pushing it since Op's mom was 20 or 21. Definitely gross though. And if she's that worried about her husband, they have way more problems. MLK would approve. For more reasons than one. Exactly. I can't believe anyone could act like it's someone's fault who their parents are or why their parents are. Doesn't matter. Everyone is an individual. I agree. I think you should also tell your sil to mind her own bloody business and stop shit stirring. His wife is right though, cheating dads usually have cheating children. His father is a pos and the half sibling should have enough sense to stay away. What does staying away from Op have to do with anything though? Op isn't guilty of anything. Op happens to have a dad who cheated on his ex-wife. The dad is shitty, not Op. I'm sorry that you were caught in the middle of all of it. It's not your fault for what happened between your father and his ex-wife. I'm glad that you're looking at it in a positive way, and the fact that your half-brother and half-sister was very welcoming was quite nice. I really hope that the mom would consider going to therapy. I don't support cheating, but it's not fair for you if they treated you badly due to something that is literally out of your control. Again, you are not responsible for your father's actions. Their mother has a lot of unresolved issues that I feel requires professional help. Projecting his faults on you is not right and something your siblings don't agree with as well. I'm just glad your siblings don't think like them and want you in their lives. All you can do is ignore the mother as well as the rest of them. Yeeb and his brother's wife sucks. No, her parents suck. Your parents are awful people, but you shouldn't suffer for their assholery. It's ludicrous to expect that you should be able to attend family gatherings with your father's ex-wife. Your siblings were dumb to invite both of you to the same event. Your relationships with your siblings should not include her. Suggesting therapy is laughable. That woman doesn't need help to learn to love her ex-husband's children with a different woman. She doesn't need to learn to love up, but she needs to let go of her literal hatred and blame projection for that same someone who did nothing to her. She's perfectly happy and comfortable around her cheating ex but hates up for simply existing. Yeah. She needs therapy. Brother's wife isn't much better if she believes being able to love and want a relationship with your sibling born of an affair means you support cheating. Maybe fourth-hand information isn't a great source for the ex-wife's emotional state. No. You must be right. You know exactly what the op's version of the brother's version of the daughter's version of what the silent ex-wife said. It's okay for the ex-wife to be around the man who cheated on her but not the innocent child born. Op did not choose to be the result of an affair. The ex-wife doesn't need to learn to love Op. She needs therapy to let go of her ex-husband, be mad at him and not Op. One of us has misread. I don't believe that the cheating father was in attendance. You're correct, one of us has misread. Looks like you missed a portion of Op's post. That explains why she wasn't uncomfortable being around my dad in family gatherings and even was nice to him. All this time she hoped that by showing my dad how generous and good a person she was, my dad would leave my mom and I, and return begging forgiveness. One of us has misread. Yes, you have. A week ago was my half-brother's birthday party and I was invited. This is the first birthday I got to celebrate with one of my half-siblings. Their mother was also there. She didn't talk the whole evening and left early. After she left, my sil called me aside and told me I was disrupting my half-siblings' family life by showing up. I was putting them in half spots where they have to choose a side. Same with the rest of the family. And that most of the family sided with my half-siblings' mom. So if I really cared about my half-siblings I would step back. Oops. That explains why she wasn't uncomfortable being around my dad in family gatherings and even was nice to him. You're wrong on so many levels. They can invite whomever the duck they want to their parties. If mom has a ducking problem then she should stay the duck home. Kids shouldn't have to pick sides in a divorce. Yes, she needs therapy. She shouldn't be telling kids to snub their ducking siblings. This isn't a matter of picking sides. It's simple as shit not antagonizing one of the sides. There was a major, irreconcilable conflict. You keep the sides separated. No, if a side chooses to not be around that's their choice. You invite everyone and the people that don't want to see each other can simply not show up. You don't make someone choose between a parent and a sibling. That's ducking awful. I'm sure her hatred makes her life much more fulfilling and happy. That kind of hate and still carrying hope to get him back 22 years later seems like what therapy was designed to help people cope with. I'm the product of a one-night stand. Let me provide some insight. Please repeat this mantra. In this complicated event, I am the one true innocent party. I did not ask to be born. I simply was. I do not carry the burden of my parents, nor do I deserve the hate or blame of others. Through no doing of my own, I came into this life and this situation. I have as much of a right to my life as does anyone else. I cannot force anyone to like or accept me. Should I experience anger or rejection, this is on the other person. It is their responsibility to deal with their own issues. They need to accept my right to exist. If they are unable to, that falls on them. I will not reduce myself to nothingness just to allow their internal issues to continue. I have rights. The rights to family history and medical history. Beyond that, I cannot force myself into a family nor can I claim equal rights of an existing family. Life is unfair but we cannot force our will over others no more than they can force their will over us. This will take time, patience and empathy. But, given time I will see everyone's true character and I hope they can begin to love and accept me as well or I will protect myself as needed. Repeat as necessary. It's helped me as I've navigated my own experience. And congrats for finding a brother. I wish you many years and happiness and discovering your connection. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.